Hey y'all, Sarah Luhu here, and we are back again with Steins Gate. So last episode, we tracked down Moeka, in order to get her phone to try to undo the D-mail. Initially, we believed that she had sent a text message, saying to, not switch her phone models, but we quickly figured out that that was, in fact, a lie, and that her actual text message was probably relating to the IBN 5100. I'm assuming it was probably the location at Yanabayashi Shrine, because she did get the IBN 5100 and dropped it off at a location to be collected by CERN, and, since then, CERN hasn't contacted her. Whoever tells her what to do is called FB, and she considers them a mother-like figure and close friend. She has never met, seen, or heard them speak, but she feels very close to them through the phone, right? However, they have, stopped talking to her since she delivered the IBN 5100 because she has outlived her usefulness. Other than that, it was basically just a very long fight between the two of us. Very awkward fight, too. As you do. Anywho. IBN 5100. Moeka, you fool! You let your tongue slip. 2 weeks ago, FB told her to leave the IBN 5100 at a drop point. That means she's already had it in her possession at the time. I recall how Moeka kept bombarding me with questions about the IBN 5100. I might have let it slip that I found the computer at Yanabayashi Shrine. After that, she sent her email. The world line changed. The lock was broken on the shrine storehouse door. The IBN 5100 was gone. These facts point to one conclusion. She sent herself the location of the IBN 5100. Now that I know, it seems so obvious. If only I hadn't trusted Moeka. If only I had seen through her lies. But no, I played right into her hands. I was the tool's tool. I almost burst into self-deriding laughter. But I desperately hold it back and keep a straight face. What was the designated location? The coin locker in front of Daibiru. Same one that Luca used, huh? Coin locker in front of Daibiru. Wait, wasn't that where Lukaku hid the IBN 5100 on the previous world line? Is this another effect of the convergence? Can I retrieve the IBN 5100 if I go there now? No, I can't expect it to still be there. Remember what happened with Lukaku. The invisible force of convergence is keeping the IBN 5100 away from me. If I want to get it back, I need to cancel Moeka's D-mail. I know the message. I've already reached my goal. Moeka starts crying softly. I sigh deeply and lift myself off Moeka's body. Then I lean back against the wall and stretch my aching limbs. I take Moeka's phone out of my pocket. I'm using your phone. You can have it back after I'm done with it. Moeka slowly gets up. She wipes her tears and fixes her hair and clothes. Her wavy hair obscures her face from this angle, so I can't make out her expression. She doesn't react to what I said. Even though I'm no longer restraining her, she doesn't try to attack me and take back her phone. Probably because we've, done away with the illusion of FB. I open Moeka's mailbox and search for the D-mail. Okay, it takes about 3 minutes, but I finally find it. Retro PC's at 3 mails from Moeka's own phone, each 12 characters long, sent on August 4th and received on July 31st. Retro PC's at Yanabayashi Shrine. Just as I suspected, Moeka changed her D-mail in the few seconds I had my back turned. All I need to do now is send the cancellation mail. Okabe? You at the lab?
Ha! Don't worry me like that, you idiot.
What were you worried about, me?
I mean, you set off an obvious death flag. I'm surprised you're still alive.
Where are you now?
I'm standing at the lab, yeah.
Set up the machine. I'm sending another D-mail, probably.
Destination?
July 31st, 11 a.m.
11 a.m. on the 31st.
Alright. While Creasy calculates the hours, I type the mail. It says, do not go, not at shrine. It's a trap. I address the mail to phone wave, name subject change. Okay, all set.
Oh, sorry. Okay, all set.
Alright, activate it.
Activated?
I press the send button. No choice here. The mail starts sending. Reading Steiner should activate this time for sure. Brace myself for the incoming vertigo.
Well?
Nothing. Why won't it change?
Another mistake?
No, there's no way. I know what Moika's message said. This email should have cancelled it. Why isn't it working? The hell's wrong this time?
What did the first email say?
That the IBN 5100 was at Yamabayashi Shrine. I tried to cancel it by telling her it's a trap, but it didn't work. I'll try to phrase it differently.
Wait, we went through all of this with the Lotto 6 experiment, right?
The Lotto 6 experiment. I sent myself the winning numbers, but the past me didn't buy the ticket. Instead, he gave the winning numbers to Lukaku.
The person who reads the email chooses whether or not to act accordingly. Kiryu learned that the IBN 5100 was at the shrine, though the cancellation mail came right afterward. I guess she ignored it and went anyway.
Maybe she didn't believe the cancellation mail, or maybe she was so diligent she decided to check it out even when told not to. I glanced at Moika. She's still hanging her head, but her tears have run dry. I wonder if she's listening. I don't know, I still feel like she's a bit of a ticking time bomb there.
Damn, even when told it was too risky to go to the shrine, she went anyway.
We need a more persuasive message. Something that will prevent her from going to the shrine.
Like what?
That's the problem. Use FB! Is it possible to persuade her with just 36 bytes of text? Or should we consider other possibilities? What if I send an email to myself on the July 30th? Could I beat her to the IBN 5100?
Were you even interested in the IBN 5100 then?
Probably not. When did I start caring about the IBN 5100? Can't remember. It was too damn long ago. Fine, that's out, so how do I convince Moika to listen? At that moment, an electric shock runs through my brain. 2 initials. FB.
What?
Moika's handler. She's obsessed with FB. If the mail comes from FB, she'll do whatever it says.
Do you have FB's phone?
No, they haven't even met. We don't know where FB is.
Then there's nothing we can do.
Give me a little time.
Gonna make me wait again. Well, I've been pulling all-nighters recently, so whatever. Just don't do anything stupid, okay?
So, even after prying answers out of Moika, there's still more work to be done. Fate really seems to love getting in my way. Alright, to break out of this world line, I need FB's identity and location. I call Moika's name. When she finally looks up, I drop the phone onto her lap. She accepts it with a confused expression. Looks like we're searching for FB now. Team up! Oh, this is gonna be good. Moika grips her phone, but she doesn't look at the screen. She doesn't look at the screen. Ah, crap, what have I done? Shit, I froze it. Did I freeze it? No? What have I done? Give me a sec. Okay, I don't know what I did there. I don't know. It was like I could use every other button. I could pull up the menu, saves, all that. It was just... I don't know what happened there. But yeah, it got, like, frozen and I had to exit out for a second there. Anywho, whatever. I sighed deeply. I need to get as much information on FBI out of her as I can. How exactly did you become a rounder? Honestly, I couldn't care less. I hate having to stand here and talk with the woman who killed Mayuri. Hugging her phone to her chest, Moika retrieves her glasses and puts them back on.
4 years ago, I tried to kill myself.
Her voice is a barely audible whisper. For a moment, I'm surprised she's not talking by mail.
I had no hope. I wanted to get away from everything.
Why?
No big reason.
Depression! Her expression is blank, lifeless, like always. But behind her glasses, her eyes are red from crying. They are the only traces of emotion on her doll-like face.
Little things, lots of things, piled up. I've always been like this.
And your family? Moika shakes her head a little. She has none, I guess. Don't bother asking whether she ever had parents. It doesn't really matter.
I locked myself in my room and overdosed on sleeping pills. But I didn't die. Afterwards, I got a mail. Recruiting rounders, it said. It was sent to hundreds of people, not just me.
Isn't that spam? Do the rounders really recruit like that?
Nothing mattered anymore, so on a whim, I replied. And then FB contacted me. Ever since, I've followed FB's orders.
Were you always stationed in Akiba? Moika shakes her head.
Until 3 months ago, I was in Nagoya. Before that, Yokohama. Before that...
The Rounder's chief duty is to acquire IBN 5100s. I guess they had her traveling all over Japan, digging up info on retro PCs. How many IBN 5100s have you found so far?
Not even one.
No results. Sounds like CERN is spending a lot of effort for not much return. I sigh deeply once again. So what now? Are you going to sit here wallowing in despair until you kill yourself 4 days from now? Or are you going to track down... How do you want to rebel against fate?
Rebel?
Even as I ask the question, I know that for her, rebellion is impossible. This world line has already approved her death. She's in the same situation as Mayuri. No matter what she does, she will die. I know that, and yet I ask the question. Okay, one more second. I got a call coming in now. Okay, continuing. I know that, yet I ask the question. FB used your name, threw you away, accept it, and ask yourself what you're going to do about it. There goes my fucking timer, because this is just my day today. Okay, anywho. Moika looks down.
Even if FB did use me, that was the only place I belonged. That was the first time in my entire life that I was needed. FB gave me purpose. To protect that purpose, to protect FB, I would do anything.
You're beyond hope. Stand up. Drown in your dependence for all I care. Your death has already been decided. But I won't let fate have its way. I'm rebelling to the end. No matter what, I will save Mayuri. Just a little bit more. I can't give up now. It's midnight, and Akiba is practically empty. The silence is eerie. There's no sign of anyone near the coin locker. Considering the IBN 5100 size, it couldn't fit in the regular size lockers. She must have put in one of the 3 large lockers on the right. The light's on! The bottom locker is still in use. Is the IBN 5100 inside? My heart sounds pounding in my chest. I feel my face grow hot with excitement. We've been apart for too long, my partner. But now, only a thin locker door separates us. Is this what love feels like? Let's not go crazy. I force myself to consider the situation calmly. The IBN 5100 really inside? I want to check right this instant. I can't believe I forgot to ask Moika which locker she used. Should I get a crowbar or something to pry the locker open? If the IBN 5100 is inside, and I steal it, what will happen to this world line? I have yet to cancel all of the D-mails, which I thought was the only way to restore the original world line. But now the IBN 5100's so close. Why can't I reach out and take it? I know how to cancel Moika's D-mail. So I can always do that if it doesn't work. Alright, so let's try it, just to make sure. First, I make a quick visit to the lab. Ignoring the complaints of the lab mems who stayed awake in the lab all night, I retrieve a makeshift crowbar from the development room. Then I return to the lockers and thrust the pointed tip of the crowbar into the crack of the door. Hello, coppers! Just as I begin to pry, a shrill siren starts to shatter the air. I look up and see red lights of a patrol car coming this way. Their timing couldn't be worse. The police released me after about 30 minutes of scolding. I return to the coin locker and try to pry it open again. Immediately, another patrol car appears. This time, they take me to the police station. I'm stuck in an interrogation room all night, getting preached to by policemen. I conclude that this is another effect of the attractor field convergence. No matter what I do, I cannot obtain IBN 5100 on this world line. That is what fate has decreed. I get the police to call my father, and they finally release me. Oh, Papa, I'm so sorry. They didn't go so far as to arrest me, but the policemen, as well as my father, scold me harshly. I act apologetic, but in actuality, their words fall on deaf ears. We never talk about your parents, Oki. After my father goes home, I head straight to Moika's apartment. I tried calling her, took the opportunity to memorize her phone number yesterday, but she wouldn't pick up at all. Before I get there, I send an email to Daru asking him to check if the coin locker is still occupied. The door to Moika's apartment is unlocked. I find Moika hugging her knees in the corner, just like she was when I first found her. You put the IBN 5100 in the bottom right locker, correct?
How?
Out of all the lockers, only 3 could hold the IBN 5100. Out of those 3, only the bottom one was in use. Okay, who? Daru. Checked it. Checked the big locker on the lower right is in use. What's this about anyway? Don't make me your errand boy so early in the morning, fool. Don't worry about it, Daru. Do not worry. If that's the one you used, then FB hasn't picked it up yet. Do you know what that means? Moika frowns. It means that if we stake out the locker, you'll get to meet FB. It hadn't occurred to you. Some secret agent you are. I'm headed there right now. You coming?
What will you do if you meet her?
Borrow her phone. That's the best way to prevent Moika from going to Yanabayashi Shrine.
I can meet her. I can't meet her. I'm too afraid. The real me could never live up to her expectations.
Something tells me her expectations were never that high to begin with. Moika's face contorts again. I'm being blunt, not only because Moika is Mayuri's murderer, but also because Moika's weakness is starting to get on my nerves. Just like Daru's mail said, the locker is still occupied when I get there. I look around to make sure there are no patrol cars. No crowbars this time. Don't feel like getting arrested. I head across the street to Daibiru, hide behind one of its humongous pillars, and begin the stakeout. My legs are getting tired. I was going to borrow Mayuri's portable game console, but I decided I didn't need the distraction. Still, it's pretty tough to keep standing like this. I also need to stay inconspicuous. Someone might notice if they see me staying in the same place for hours. I wouldn't want a security guard to give me trouble. I mean, guess there's not much to worry about that. I've already been here for 7 hours without incident. My legs are numb, so I squat and lean against the pillar. So hungry. I'd love to get some food, but I can't take my eyes off the locker. You at least get a drink, baby. Just then, somebody taps me on the shoulder. FB? I try to leap to my feet, but my legs get tangled and I fall over. Nope, just Moika. Moika is standing there looking down at me with those glassy eyes. What are you doing here?
I'll keep watch too. Is that okay?
Why the change of heart? I stand up and dust off my clothes. You were comfortable with your male-only relationship, weren't you? I thought you wanted to maintain that distance. So, what made you decide to risk a meeting?
At this rate...
Moika puts her head on her knees. She looks ready to cry. I've seen that expression once before, in her moonlit apartment.
If I lose contact with FB, I'll lose my connection.
To the world? Moika nods faintly. You can't bear to be alone yourself, yet you'd end an innocent girl's life because some person you've never met told you to. Cultist, that's what you are. For shame! And her cult leader, FB, abused her weakness before throwing her out like old clothes. Pisses me off. FB's cruelty, Moika's weakness. Can't decide which I hate more. Then, Moika nervously brings out a convenience store bag. What's this? Is it food? Instead of answering, Moika looks away. I look inside. Whoa! Milk and bean buns! Exactly what you need on a stakeout. There's enough for 2. You brought this for me. Moika nods. Don't you dare go being cute on me now, you murderer. You may join the stakeout. Now we can take turns watching, and we'll also look less suspicious to passers-by. The night draws on, and still no sign of FB. We nap in 1-hour shifts, but it doesn't help the exhaustion. On top of that, I don't have anyone to talk to. Micah can't keep a conversation going, so there's nothing I can do to stave off boredom. I went back to the lab to shower just before dawn, but Karisu, who was working on an all-nighter on the time leap machine, just glared at me. Day 2! The wait finally ends just around after 1 p.m. on the 13th. Someone comes to the lower right locker. We watch from behind the pillar. It's a nondescript middle-aged man. He's dressed in a new suit, but it hangs rather poorly on him, as if he's not used to wearing it. She get somebody to deliver it? Is that FB? Micah shakes her head firmly.
FB is a woman.
So maybe she hired someone to pick it up? Or it could be someone from the locker company here to clear it after a week's overdue. That would make us all idiots. Micah, FB, and me. The man has the key to the locker. He pays the late fee with 100 yen coins, then removes the cardboard box with the IBM 5100 inside. The man thought ahead and brought a pushcart. He puts the IBM 5100 on the pushcart with a bit of effort and begins walking away. Follow him. The man heads straight for Akihabara Station. Strangely enough, he walks up to an overweight man standing in front of the ticket machine. The overweight man is wearing a t-shirt and has all the signs of an otaku. Doesn't seem to have anything in common with the first guy, who looks like an average salaryman. They transfer the IBM 5100 into the overweight man's suitcase. What? After they... Oh, must be... Okay, I'm stupid. After they exchange a few words, the overweight man enters the station alone. Then the guy in the suit leaves. Weird. Wait, what was the purpose of the transfer? Is the overweight man FB, or is he just another link in some kind of chain? At any rate, if we keep following the IBM 5100, we should reach FB eventually. We enter the station. The overweight man boards the Yamanote line. We board on the next car and keep watch through the connecting door. It's a weekday afternoon, so there aren't many passengers. 30 minutes later, we arrive at Shinjuku Station. Here, the train sees a sharp increase in passenger traffic. It's gonna be hard to keep an eye on him.
He's getting off.
Micah pulls on my sleeve. The overweight man has slipped into the stream of departing passengers, so he's about to exit onto the platform. We follow him, but due to our slow reaction, we have to push our way through the boarding passengers. Train doors close and it slowly departs. The man starts walking towards the exit. Shinjuku is crowded, so we have to follow close behind or we'll lose him. But then I stop in my tracks. What? The man is empty-handed. Shit! His suitcase is missing. What? For a second I think I followed the wrong man, but no, it's definitely him. We watched him the whole time he was on the train. There's no doubt he had the suitcase when the train arrived in Shinjuku. Could he have passed it to someone else in the crowd? Clever. They know how to lose a tail. Let's do a quick time leap. Try this again, shall we? I return to the lab and leap an hour back. I find myself inside the train. I know it's bad manners to use my phone on a train, but this is an emergency. According to the train's display, we're about to leave Otsuka for Ikebukuro. 3 stops to Shinjuku. Moiko's next to me, acting inconspicuous. I peek at the overweight man in the next car. They'll make their move at Shinjuku. That guy's going to get off, but he actually hands the package to someone else. You got us good just now.
Just now?
Doesn't look like Moika's caught on yet. I just time leaped from about an hour in the future.
Time leaped?
Moika's eyes widen. The train arrives at Shinjuku on schedule. Just to make sure, I'll have Moika follow the man when he gets off. Before the doors open, I stealthily move to his sick car. He still has the suitcase with the IBM 5100. Now arriving at Shinjuku. Doors open, the passengers spew out. The overweight man leaves too, just like last time. However, he leaves the suitcase, don't he? I knew it! He leaves the suitcase on the train. And now passengers from Shinjuku board. Someone walks up to the abandoned suitcase. It's a woman in her 30s pushing a baby stroller. There's no baby. The woman casually loads the suitcase into her stroller and sits down. After witnessing that scene, I return to the neighboring car. I need to be careful. These guys are serious about avoiding pursuit. The train starts moving. I contact Moika so we can regroup later. After that incident, the package swaps couriers like a hot potato, snaking around the tracks and that run through Tokyo in like a web. Whenever they give me the slip, I time leap and resume the chase. Finally, the courier and package get aboard the Hibiya line and return to Akihabara Station, where it all began. Really? We just looped all the way back here, okay. I recognize the last courier. He's one of the men who raided the lab with Moika. Dark skin, crew cut, the one who hit me with his gun. The man easily carries the 25-kilo package out of the station, and we follow. The car honks its horn. Moika and I immediately hide. Peering out from cover, I see a white flatbed parked in front of the station. A muscular man hops out of the driver's seat. What? Mr. Braun, no! I know that face. No, it can't be! I desperately try to organize my thoughts. Oh, fuck. Could he have been the Time Leaper? Will even getting the IBM 5100 back into our care matter? Because he'll be there, he'll know. Oh dear. Okay, let's just see where this goes. That's Tanoji Yugu, owner of the Braun Tube Workshop. Mr. Braun. Why? Why is he here? Does that mean he's connected to FB? To the Rounders? Is the Braun Tube Workshop just a front for CERN? Is that how he can afford to keep it open? It also explained why there's a little cable running all the way through it. What's going on here? His shop is right below the lab. If he's working for the enemy, then... I shiver at the thought. Stop, let's not rush to conclusions. He might just be another courier. We watch from a distance. Tanoji takes the suitcase from the crew-cut man and loads it into the back seat of his car. Then he gets into the car alone and takes off towards Showa Dori. I stare after it in disbelief. What the fuck? I time leap several hours to before the first man arrived at the coin locker. Then I explain the situation to Moika. My plan is to get ahead of the package. After killing some time at Starbucks, we rent a car. I don't have a license, so Moika's driving. We go to the street in front of the roundabout facing Showadori and park near Yodobashi Camera. Now we wait. Nervous? You look terrified. How long have you, been driving? First time. What? This is your first time? Oh, come on. We just don't crash. I'm surprised Moika had a license in the first place. Apparently FB told her it would come in handy for rounder work. Unfortunately, it looks like this is where we're going to have to end the episode for today. So, thoughts and opinions. Begrudgingly having a bit of fun here with Moika. Is that I don't know. I feel bad about it. Freaking hate this trend of making me like murderers. Stop it, Kame. Stop it. But like she clearly has some kind of problems already mentally, let's say, right? Well, that and CERN took advantage of that, so it's like, how much responsibility can you actually put on her for her actions when she's this heavily brainwashed, right? Oh, plus, I mean, she bought us bean buns. That was, like, stupid cute, but, she's such a murderer, though. But this one's not a murderer. It's complicated. It's complicated. I'm super worried about that Braun thing, though. And stuff, because that would also... And Suzuha took care... it's a mess. Sua gave him the shop and everything. How long has he been working for them? It's crazy. Alright, that's it for this episode, though. I gotta go. So, until next time, like and subscribe if you want to, and thank you for watching.